man, I just, I love training so much because it allows me to work on anything that, I've ever wanted to work on, right? So I want to get bigger pull-ups, then I just do pull-ups. I do, how many sets for 3 reps, right? If I want to do dips, then I just do dips. And it's just so brain dead easy that I can just progressively add load, every single time that, I know that my body's ready for progressive overload. And I just love it. I just love my routine because this is the only routine that really allows me to train with all of my passion, right? So I can go in there, I can do all of these exercises without necessarily music or pre-workout. I just hammer away at my pull-ups and my dips and I just get better, right? So even if I'm not really doing many other exercises, right, I'm still getting hella sets, 4 to 5 sets of dips and pull-ups every single session 3 times a week, right? And this just allows me to make progress fast, So obviously I might need to, deload a session every now and then if I feel as if I'm fatigued or, say if my tendons are feeling a little bit irritated, then I could just deload. And I still progressively overload everything. I've made so much progress on my dips and pull-ups, and I haven't even trained them consistently. So I really can't imagine now what will happen if I actually do train these consistently. So right now, I'm doing about 32.5 for 3 reps over 3 sets, or 3 to 4 sets of pull-ups. And I'm doing 70 for 3 for 3 sets on dips. And then for pause dips, I'm doing about a 2-second pause with half the weight because these are really intense. These are really hard. Base pulls are kind of becoming boring because I'm not really progressing these as fast. And it's probably because I'm using my rotator cuff muscles, my rear delts, right? Super small muscles. So I'm trying to play with the form and stuff like that, and it's not really working. So I think what I'm going to switch to is something even better, which is going to be ring Y raises for my shoulders. Because one of the only reasons why I do face pulls is to build my shoulders, right? For Y raises, I'm going to get rear delt work, but I'm also going to get a little bit of side delt work as well, which can't really build that as effectively with calisthenics dips or whatever, or not as well as gym lateral raises, right? But I heard that Y raises actually do work your side delts to a certain extent, so I'm thinking I do this. And I also found out a new movement, which is pelican ring curls, but I got to be careful on these because I already feel my bicep tendons and my chest tendons are kind of not prepared for the movement. So next sessions, I'm going to use a band and I'm going to go way lower reps, probably add a little bit more direct accessory work for these because I do not want these to get in the way of my tendon recovery with my dips and pull-ups. So yeah, see you guys in the next lift.